A book that I'm reading by Ethan Mollick gave some really strong advice on this. It said that you got to commit the sin of treating AI like a person, because if you do, you will ask it better questions, and it may not always work, but as it's improving, you'll start having a lot more interesting interactions. So that's what I've been doing. Last night, I'll give another recap on an extension called DeepGame. This was interesting. Oh wait, I don't want that DeepGame. I want the DeepGame from last night. This was amazing. Yeah. Okay, here we go. So, change the lights in here in the room. Can't change the music to match because I'm not going to be royalty free. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. So this is an extension called DeepGame where you can make an interactive narrative game. And I chose to be the XO of a World War II submarine, but I was using chat with voice narration rather than reading on the screen. It's pretty wild because as we're going through, I have chat reading me on my phone, just narrating this story, and then asking me what I want to do next. I chose to be the XO of the submarine because I didn't want to have to choose what we did. I really just kind of wanted to witness what was going. XO's got a great job because the captain says what to do, and then the XO just tells the crew to do what he just said. So it looks easy, but yeah. So I asked this. I said, "Yeah, show me a picture of my surroundings, please." And so it came up with this image. It took 10 seconds. And so yeah, there could be like a million things that, like, oh, that's not realistic, that's a British officer, and you said you were a whatever. So lighten up. We're in the early days of AI, and right now it is as stupid as it's ever going to be, and it'll continue to improve in these ways. So I give myself the permission to be impressed. So yeah, we went back and through here, or back and forth through here, and just this like amazing going storytelling. But where I think it needs to go next. And by the way, I'm just going to keep talking about random stuff unless anybody says anything in the chat. It's like, if this is interesting to you, great. But if it's not, and you stick around and you're still listening, you really don't have anyone to blame. So, questions and dialogue are welcome. Otherwise, you get what I serve. Yeah. So we went through, and I just went back and forth. It was cool because I just kept on going back. I'm like, well, I'll tell me, I ask the torpedo room, well, how many fish do we have left? And it knew what it must have watched old movies too, because fish is another fancy name for submarine or for torpedoes. So it went back and forth, and eventually the story just kind of flattened out. It was still interesting because we sunk one convoy in the Pacific, and then we were just traveling, and so eventually this story flattened out. But I thought it would be interesting, and I haven't played with DeepGame enough yet. It would be interesting if you could put story beats in it, like to have it programmed to follow a story arc, and like there's certain events that are going to happen along the way that are going to then get triggered, because I felt like anything I did, I could just kind of nudge the story, and it's going to go where I say it's going to go, and that's where you start to feel like you're in the Truman Show, because that's the illusion gets canceled as soon as you're the one shaping the environment that you're in rather than something that's happening. So